Good afternoon, Computers for Kids students. It is Mr. Coles. It is Tuesday, October the 24th, and I am happy that you can hear my voice, but I am sorry that I cannot be with you today. Mrs. Sorkin and myself are at meetings for principals and assistant principals today and tomorrow. So I hope that you are on your best behavior. But I'm just going to show you some features to Google Slides, which is part of the Google Drive set of programs that includes Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets, Google Forms, and a few other different Google products. So we're just going to get into it today with Google Slides. I think that you guys are going to pick this up real quick. It is very similar to Google Docs. Has a lot of the same features, kind of combines the Google Docs and Google Drawing features that exist, as well as the use of pictures, tables, and just a variety of different cool features that will make a really great presentation. This particular program is very similar to something called Microsoft PowerPoint, so if I accidentally call the program PowerPoint, you'll know why. Not quite as functional. There's certainly more that you can do with Microsoft PowerPoint, but Google Slides is getting better and better all the time. So there's a lot of features that exist today that did not exist when it first came out. So we'll show you some of those today and get you going here. So I will be showing you this tutorial as though I'm creating a presentation for an animal. And I would like you to do the exact same thing as you kind of copy along. You can certainly change the animal, which will allow you to do some different pictures and that sort of thing. Certainly do something that you're interested in, but just kind of copy along with me as we work through this. So I do have a title called Google Slide Practice already that you can see up there, and we're just going to leave it as that. You could certainly call it the name of your animal at the end if you'd like, but for today we're just going to leave that. So first thing I want to show you is actually with slides, there's something called themes. And themes just give a different look to the presentation. And it actually gives the whole presentation just a different kind of feel. And each slide that we add to the presentation will have that same kind of feel to it. So if we click on Change Theme, it will bring up this particular box over here, and we can just look through, kind of choose something that we like, and I am kind of partial to the beach, so let's choose this one called Beach Day. Again, you can pick any one. Oftentimes it relates to what it is we're talking about. So this theme kind of looks really fun, kind of funky, and would be good for kids. So I think that's what I'll choose because my presentation on animal is going to be for kids. So it's kind of got a beach theme, so I'll think about a beach animal. I'm going to go with the, bit of a typo there, go with the turtle. And this is by Mr. Coles. We don't need that period there, we'll just take that out. And there we go. So here is, we call this just the kind of the title slide. And there's a variety of different slides, and I'll just show them to you here. They're called layouts. It just basically means where are the pictures or where is the text going to go on the slide. It just has some templates for you. So we call that the title slide, as I mentioned, but there's something called section header. You might put that if I was going to do like the different food, any sort of predators that the turtle deals with, maybe some features or characteristics or traits of the turtle. Though that might be a section header. The food that it eats might be a section. So this is just how we go about changing it. Title and body basically gives you a little bit of information at the top in terms of a title, and then you're going to include information below that. Title in 2 columns. Oftentimes we might be making lists for Google Slides, so we might use this 2 columns one. Might have the title only. That would actually allow me to put a picture in or something, or a chart. Similar to that, you can even include videos in these. So you might do title only and then insert some different things into the space below. One column text, this might be one where we have the title, some text on the right hand side, or pardon me, the left hand side, and then a picture or a graphic or a chart of some sort on the other side, the right hand side. Main point, this, we don't want to put too much content onto the slides. Most of the information is going to come from the talking that the presenter is doing. But what if we had a really, really important thing? You'll notice the slide looks really different in terms of color. This is where you're going to hit home what that main point is. Section title and description. Again, if we're kind of breaking our presentation up into different parts, we might use something like that. A caption. This one here, you're going to have something kind of written at the bottom, and then you're going to have an image or something. But that caption is just going to be a kind of a snippet of what it is that you're saying. Big number, if you're using any sort of statistics, you might have something like that in there with some information below about exactly what the number is. And finally, just a blank one, which gives us the flexibility to do some different things to it in terms of adding or take away things. But I'm happy with just a title slide at this point, all about turtles. And we're going to close this themes bar just so it gives us a little bit more space. For my next slide, I'm going to hit this guy right here. So I can go a new slide. It's just going to put out a text and just a text and body one. Title and body, pardon me. And so here's where we can put some different information. I'm just going to call this the table of contents. It's going to let the reader know exactly what's going to be in this particular presentation. And we can add some things here. So just by clicking more, I can select a bulleted list or a numbered list, change the indentation as well. I'm going to select a bulleted list just so I can identify the things that are going to be in this presentation. I'm going to do this in the form of questions. What does a turtle look like? Okay. Also, I'm going to include, some of the more general information, but what do turtles eat? And I know right now all of you are thinking pizza, but that's the Ninja Turtles, and I am just doing regular turtles. I may select a specific turtle to focus on here in a few minutes, but right now we'll just go with turtles. What do turtles eat? What predators do turtles have? And so a predator is something that could eat a turtle. So I'm not exactly too sure yet. We're going to do some more research, but it could be maybe like a shark or something. Mankind is sometimes a predator for certain animals. And other things I might put here, where do turtles live? I might be curious about what kind of animal is a turtle. Is it a fish? Is it like canine like a dog? Is it feline like a cat? Just exactly what is a turtle in terms of its naming and that sort of thing. And I might include one called pictures of turtles, which will likely be a fun slide. So we've got our table of contents. We can actually do some things that'll be a little bit different with this later. I think we'll get to that. So create a new one. And what do turtles look like? Well, I'm probably going to want a picture and some sort of information. So I'm going to go with a one column text. So it looks a little bit different. And in here I can put what do turtles look like? Okay, I'll move it around a little bit here. And this is where I'm going to need to do some research and find out exactly what they look like. So often we'll have looked on the internet or through textbooks, taken some notes, and we're going to start to turn those notes into the text or the content that makes up our presentation. So we'll get to what does a turtle look like in a moment, but I want to include a picture. This is kind of fun to do. It's certainly interesting. We go insert, image, and now I might have some maybe some pictures that I can upload of turtles, or take a snapshot of a turtle if I had one that I could use the webcam for. But I can also search albums on my Google Drive. I can also search, and that's what we're going to do today, and that's what I'm doing here. So I just put in turtle and search that, and just looking for one that I can kind of put in there. And I really like this guy here. It looks really cool. It's apparently a hawksbill sea turtle. And put that guy in there. Now the picture might be really big, but that's going to allow me to kind of move it around here a little bit. And you'll notice that red line came up. That actually means that at this point, if I were to let go, the picture would be centered in vertically. So there's not as much room to the top of the slide as the bottom, and that's actually where I want to put it. So when you're doing presentations, it's not just about the content, it's about how it looks too. So you really want to watch those design elements. And this is where I would put in some information about what turtles look like. Turtles have, and then we would have some information about, what their feet look like and what their shell looks like and that sort of thing. But that's going to be research that we do. Okay. Now I think that the next one was, what do turtles eat? And you know what? For this one, what I might do, I'm looking for a new slide. I might just go title only. The reason for that is, what do turtles like to eat? What I might do is, I don't need to include a lot of words in this. I can actually just put images. So, what do, I don't know how well this is going to work, like to eat. So we'll see what comes up when I ask that question. Oh, mostly just turtles again. But there's a decent image there of what the turtle likes to eat. It's eating some leaves of some sort. Looks like some tomatoes in another picture. So what we can do is actually just look at the internet. What do turtles like to eat? And so this is just from a quick little snapshot, something called Live Science. They eat a diverse range of food, commercial turtle pellets and fish pellets, as well as gut-loaded insects, bugs with nutrient-rich diets. Earthworms and small fish are often sold as turtle food at pet stores. So, I mean, certainly that's something we could put there. We'll change this slightly. What do wild turtles like to eat? And let's do a little bit of searching here. There's something called What Do Turtles Eat? And I can look through here and I can find a little bit about what wild turtles eat. So it looks like they eat plants that grow in water, small insects, snails, worms, and even dead marine animals and fish. So they'll certainly eat a lot. If I were making this presentation, likely what I would do, I would dig a little bit deeper, but try to find out exactly what small insects. I might take some pictures of those from the internet and put them into my Google slide. So very similar to what I did here before. I'm just going to take a picture, this little picture here of this guy eating, because they obviously like grasses and that sort of thing. And we'll shrink that up a little bit, and we'll like that. I might move this more around a little bit later, but we've kind of got, once we get more things on there. And let me just show you word art real quick. You can insert word art, and then I'm going to put in grass and leaves. And that comes up way too big for what my purpose is. I want to make it a whole lot smaller. Grass and leaves, and I can start playing with the colors now. So it's grass and leaves, which is green. We can put that in there, and we'll put a black border on that. Now I can move this around, and I can put that right in line with that. So they like grass and leaves. And I could add a few more pictures and a few more of those word arts to do that. Running out of time here on my first video, but get up to this point, and I'll see you in the next video where we add some more features.